Ah yes, heavy breathing. Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Chaos Child. Now before I do my my little bit of a summary of the previous episode, which I won't do a complete summary, it was a very long episode and a lot went down near the end, I just want to state, spoilers for at least this chapter, maybe going forward, I'm not exactly sure. So if you have not seen at least the end of the previous episode, please go check that out. But Ito, our good friend Ito, has ran off and with Yui, I think that's her name, and I think he's going to try killing her. So I have a lot of questions, I really do. But basically the whole New Generation Madness deal is not over. They were mistaken. And I fucking called it, by the way. I really did. I mean, why would they let their guard down as easily as they did? I really do not know. But they were totally wrong on the identity of the pink-haired woman, Senri, or whatever the fuck her name is, and who died, and whatever else. And the fact is that that was actually a case of the New Generation Madness on the 23rd, and we might be witnessing a case now here on the 28th, which does align. So Takuru is, I'm assuming, rushing to the rescue. I don't know what to expect going on from here on out. I'm just expecting a whole lot of craziness, so let's get into it. But also, a fair warning, I'm recording this on the same day as the previous episode because I'm that curious as to what tomfoolery is going to go down. So if I sound a little out of breath, or tired, or dead, now you know why, because I'm sitting in a hot room trying to record more. I let Kirisu handle getting in touch with Shinjo and ran out the emergency exit to the dorm. Yui! My voice echoed down the rows of houses. By the way, again, Takuru's voice actor is freaking incredible. He really just hits those notes. Some nearby reporters ran over.
どうしたの君? 何かあったのかい?
さっきここから誰か出て行きませんでしたか?
え?
僕くらいの男とあともう少し若い女の子です。知りませんか?
あの二人かな。インタビューしようとしたら無視されたけど。
どっちへ行きました?
確かあっちだと思うけど。
Thank you, journalists, for not being completely useless, I guess. I ran in the direction he pointed to without stopping or looking behind me.
あの君!
I could hear them asking what happened, but I didn't have time to tell them. I ran, screaming the names of my little sister and best friend. It hurt to breathe, but I couldn't stop running. My only thoughts as I ran were of Yui's safety and Ito's strange behavior. Yeah, that's a good question right there. His tone had been the same as ever. It was the exact same tone he used when he was laughing about the latest weird school gossip. So why would he do that to Yui? It had to be some kind of mistake. Because Ito wouldn't. By the way, I don't know. I adjusted my microphone to help with sensitivity, but maybe I made it worse, I don't know. It is very possible that fireworks could get picked up. It's the day after the 4th of July, but now that it's nighttime and people are stupid, they're gonna be firing off fireworks. So if you hear some little thumps in the background, I do apologize.
もし他に犯人がいるなら、23日だって南沢千里に代わってそいつが事件を起こしたはずだろ。けど実際は何も起こらなかった。ってことはこの可能性は消えたってことじゃないのかな。
What did he mean by that actually? Did I miss something there?
もうやめようぜ。なんつうかさ、副部長が辛いと思うんだ。俺。
僕が 別の能力者の可能性を完全に排除してしまったのはあの時だ。伊藤はクリスのことを引き合いに出して僕に考える間も与えずに重大なメモを剥がして捨てた。それじゃあれはわざと。
The more I thought about it, the more unbelievable it seemed. Well, remember, the chapter is named, Betrayal. That's just, man, you would never have thought Ito.
Ito!
I guess it was wrong of me to think maybe Serika, or anybody else. Maybe Arimura is probably more fitting, but nope, good old Ito. But why? How long had I been running? My throat was dry and it stung. I was gasping for breath and in dire need of water. Sweat was dripping off of me, and I was so out of breath that I couldn't think. I looked around and saw that I was in a residential area of Shibuya that the reconstruction teams hadn't gotten around to yet. There were still a lot of abandoned houses. Even during the day, there was little foot traffic, and there were always rumors that at night you could see the vengeful ghosts of the people who died in the quake wandering beneath the streetlights. It wasn't that far off from the Alba dorm, which meant that during my search, I must have circled back without knowing it. Just as I was about to turn around and head for Miyashita Park or Hekiho Academy, I heard a faint sound. A tiny noise like tearing cloth. I thought I might have imagined it, but forced my aching legs forward to look in the alleyway where I'd heard it. The lights didn't reach into the alley, so I could see nothing but darkness, I could hear the sound of water going drip, drip, drip. Some house's pipe must have broken. I took another step forward into the darkness as if I was being drawn by the sound. Suddenly, there were several sharp metallic clangs at my feet. I quickly jumped back, surprised. When my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I saw that they were paring knives. All of them were stained dark with something, their blades bent or broken in places. This knife I bought at the convenience store doesn't really cut that well. I felt something cold crawl up my back as I remembered Ito's words.
Oi, Yui, iru no ka? Yui.
I took another step forward. There was what felt like a puddle of water at my feet. I heard a splash. Dude, don't tell me. Do not tell me, bro. My heart will hurt so much. It really will. But there was no answer. I took another step forward. The splash got louder. And then I realized that the liquid was sticking to my shoe. Yeah, I don't think that's water. I looked down and saw that my shoe was stained the same dark red color as the knives. The wind must have changed course because the moment I had that thought, I smelled something awful. I inhaled a full breath of the stench before I could cover my nose and mouth. Yeah, we're coming up on something. And then I looked toward the source of the smell. And when my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I could see it. I don't know if I want to see whatever it's going to show me. I don't know, man. What's that? What the? No. 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 Bro. Bro. Dude. Dude. What the fuck, dude? You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god. I'm at a loss for words right here, guys. I thought there was a glimmer of hope. That glimmer of hope is fucking gone. It was the unpleasant but somehow seductive and sweet smell of meat. I could see small boxes laid out in the rough shape of a human body. It looked like some kind of grotesque homemade doll. The dark red liquid was flowing from the boxes. I suddenly felt an urge to throw up, and totally understandable, my man. How long did it take me to realize that I was staring at what was left of my little sister? Because of that, it took me a little while to notice the man further down the alley, staring at the pool of blood. He was holding the murder weapon in his hand. It was dripping with blood. Well, so much for the nice music there. We got like, what, 7 seconds of the nice, calm music? Why? Why even play it? Oh, okay. Ito hopped over what used to be Yui and spoke to me in the same pleasant tone he always used.
どうしてだって？それは俺の方の質問だよな。お前さ、なんであの時助けなかったんだ？
What are you talking about?
あの時
なんで見捨てたんだ？
捨てたって誰よ？
誰って。千里はあんなに苦しんでただろうが！
Oh no, dude. Senri? Minamisawa Senri? Why was he saying her name? Why was Ito talking about Senri?
ああ、どうだ！自分の大切なものを失う自分は、自分の無力さを思い知りながら後悔に苛まれる自分は。
I felt nothing but confusion. What I was looking at didn't seem real. So I just stood there and stared at Ito's face, dumbstruck.
彼女は俺にとってかけがえのない存在だった。それをお前は見殺しにしたんだ。でもこれでようやく復讐も終わる。
What?
伊藤、お前。
What was the relationship between Minamisawa Senri and Ito? What happened between them? It didn't look like I'd have time to think about it. Ito's knife got steadily closer to me.
次は宮代の番だ。よく切れるメスと麻酔薬は持ってきたか。それがなきゃひどく痛くて苦しむぞ。ゆいちゃんみたいにな。
Ito smiled a murderer's smile. Oh, so that's how it's gonna be. For some reason, I'd lost the capacity to think clearly. That was the only thought that was left. I'm not even going to look like a person when he's done with me. Just like Yui. The feeling overwhelmed me. All I could do was stare into Ito's bloodshot eyes and wait for the moment of my death. Or, you know, we could do something about it. Takuru! Why are we getting a quick save? And then I heard what sounded like a scream behind me. It was enough to drag me back to my senses. I looked back and saw Kirisu standing under the streetlight, her shoulders heaving up and down. Oh, dude. Bro, this is gonna hurt more than Takuru and me and my eyes and my heart.
伊藤君、何をしているの？
Her eyes went wide at the knife in Ito's hand.
ダメだ、来るな。
He'll kill you too. Get away from here, Kirisu. I wanted to tell her to get away, but only meaningless noises came out of my mouth. It was like my vocal cords had been paralyzed.
答えて、伊藤君。
Kitasu did the exact opposite of what I'd hoped she would. She ran into the alley, blocking my way out. And at the same time, she noticed the boxes filled with body parts and the stinking pool of blood. She gasped.
これ、何？タクル。ゆいは、どうしたの？ねえ、ゆいは？
I was finally able to speak, but I couldn't answer her question. It was pathetic, but tears started to well up in my eyes. I couldn't stop them. Ito answered for me, flipping the knife from one hand to another as he spoke.
ああ、ほら、気をつけなよ、副部長。その箱を一つでも踏み潰したら、ゆいちゃんを組み立てられなくなる。
That is the worst thing. What the fuck, dude? And he says it so nonchalantly, too. What the hell, man? Kitasu jumped back and started to shake as she stared at the boxes.
嘘でしょ。
She sank to her knees and reached out toward what used to be Yui, not caring that she'd be soaked with blood.
こんなの嘘、絶対に嘘。
I really wish we'd stop seeing this because it is so horrible. It's really terrible. She picked up something long and thin. It had a pretty nail on it, one which had never been manicured even though its owner was old enough to be interested in makeup. It was Yui's finger. I believed that this would be enough to make somebody go crazy.
だから副部長、勝手に触らないでくれよ。ゆいちゃんが綺麗に見えるよう芸術的に詰めたんだから。
どうして？
全部宮代が悪いんだよ。南沢千里を苦しめたから。その復讐さ。
千里の復讐？
そうだよ。千里はもっと痛かったろ。苦しかったろ。しかも実験が辛くて死にたいと思っても死ねなかった。ゆいちゃんなんてまだ幸せだよ。こうしてすぐ死ぬことができたんだからね。
When I heard those words, something snapped inside me. The fog in my head cleared instantly, and my blood started to boil. It was a rage I couldn't control. The next thing I knew, I'd leapt at Ito with my bare hands. He pointed the knife straight at me, as if he'd been waiting for this. I could tell it was pointed straight at my neck, at my carotid artery, excuse me. If I'd been more calm, I would have known better than to jump on him without any defenses, but now I couldn't hold back my anger. He must have thought he had me because a cruel, thin smile formed on Ito's lips. I knew I was going to die. I hoped that Kitasu at least might be able to get away. The last thought that went through my head was,
ごめんなユイ。僕がお前を事件に巻き込んだばっかりに。お前を。
If heaven was real, that was probably where Yui was going. But I knew without a doubt that I was going to hell, so I'd probably never see her again. Wow. But the moment of my death never came. Instead, I heard Kitasu scream. It was a violent sound, unlike anything I'd ever heard from her before. I looked in surprise and saw that she'd grabbed Ito from the side, and the two of them were rolling on the ground. The two of them were rolling around in Yui's blood.
やめろクルスやめろ殺される
She didn't seem to hear me at all. She screamed like a wounded animal and tried to grab both of Ito's arms from behind. Her whole body was covered with Yui's blood, and each time she moved, her long hair flew up and sent dark red splashes everywhere. Ito tried to shake her off and punched her in the stomach. Oh, that's a really bad place to hit her. I mean, like, any other place would have worked really well, but not there. She moaned in pain when the impact hit her, where she'd been stabbed before, but she still hung on desperately and refused to let go. I leapt on top of Ito without even thinking. I mean, it is a 2v1 here, like, their heads are not in the right place, neither is Ito's, but the point is that they should have the advantage, knife or not. I grabbed the hand with the knife and smashed it into the ground with all my might. There was a dull snap as his fingers shattered and the knife fell to the ground. I kicked it far away. I put my full weight on Ito's back and pinned him to the ground. He was stronger than I thought, and he almost knocked me off, but I refused to let go. Is all the fighting over? I think it is. God damn, dude. But she didn't seem to be able to answer my question. She sat down on the ground and tried to catch her breath. The shock seemed to have temporarily robbed her of her ability to breathe. Big tears fell from her eyes, and when she finally caught her breath, she started to sob.
Fukubuchou, 恨むんなら宮代を恨むんだな。あの時こいつが千里を見捨てていなければ俺だってこんな事件を起こすこともなかった。なあ、宮代。それは全ての事件の元凶は宮代だったんだ。お前が追いかけてたはずのニュージェネの狂気の再来事件は実はみんなお前を追い詰めるために俺が起こしてたんだ。そんなことも調べられないで何が情報強者だよ。すげえ滑稽だぜ宮代。
He's saying that he's the one that was behind everything. I don't know about that. But then again, who knows? That couldn't be true. People had died because of me. If I'd found the truth faster, Yui wouldn't have died.
嘘。
Kirisu's voice was so soft I couldn't hear what she was saying.
はあ？クルス。
嘘よ。伊藤君の言ってることはみんなデタラメじゃない。
はあ？
Kirisu jerked her face upward without bothering to hide her tears. She stood up, enraged, and screamed into the sky.
あなたは誰？伊藤君にこんなことをさせて。どこかで私たちを嘲笑っているのは一体誰なの？
クルス。
見てるのは分かってるのよ。私の大切な妹をこんな姿にしたあなたは一体誰？
Something red dripped down off Kirisu's skirt. Was it Yui's blood? Or had Kirisu's own injury opened again?
どういうことだクルス。
伊藤君は千里のことなんて知らない。誰かにそう思い込まされてるだけ。
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, to be honest.
何言ってんだよ。俺は大好きだった千里のために復讐を。
私は千里と一緒にずっと過ごしてきたのよ。千里はあなたに会ったことなんてない。なのに復讐なんてありえない。
バカなこと言うなよ。俺は千里を愛してたんだ。だから千里のために。
I could tell that Ito's body was starting to shake underneath me. His teeth were chattering as if he was afraid of something.
それも全部デタラメよ。千里はあなたなんて絶対に知らない。だからあなたが千里を愛しているはずがない。
違う。
Ito flailed about. Foamy bubbles were pouring from his mouth. His bloodshot eyes had rolled up into his head, and they were so swollen that they looked like they might burst out of their sockets. And... Okay. Suddenly, blood started to pour out of both his eyes. It wasn't Yui's. It was very clearly his own. When I recoiled, he crawled out from under me and then curled up on the ground. He grabbed his head with his hands and started to spasm and flail about.
おい、伊藤！
伊藤君！
Ito tore at his head and finally started to bang it against the ground.
やめろ！おい！
ダメよ！伊藤君！
Chidisu and I grabbed him and tried to stop him. His forehead had split open and the blood coming out of it mixed with the blood coming out of his eyes. It was impossible to even tell what he looked like now. But he shook us off and started to jerk and flail some more.
離せんやしろ！俺は千里を見捨てたお前が許せない！だって俺は千里のことを！千里って誰だ？南沢千里？そうだ、犯人だ！宮代を狙った殺人犯！気をつけろ、宮代！あの女はまた襲ってくるぞ！千里はお前を恨んでるんだ！だってお前はあの子を見捨てたんだからな！だから俺がこうして復讐してやったんだ
！There seems to be some contradictory here in your statements.
だからゆいちゃんが死んだのもお前のせい！いや、俺がゆいちゃんをこんなにしたのかよ！俺がIto!
Ito was shouting loudly, but he wasn't making any sense. It was as if what Kirisu had said was right, and someone was controlling his brain.
待てよ、俺がゆいちゃんにこんなこと？俺、ゆいちゃんのこといつもいい子だなって思ってて、宮代とも仲が良くて、ちょっと羨ましいなって。でも、そうか、俺が殺したんだ。だって千里のためだもんな。で、千里って誰だっけ
？Bro, this is nutty. Suddenly, Ito's laughter cut off, and he froze like a toy whose batteries had run out. Then all the strength drained from his body, and he collapsed. Seems like the whole mind controlling, or whatever you want to call it, is now over. Kirisu and I together couldn't support the full weight of an unconscious human, so we all fell to the ground. Neither of us could move for a while. We just lay there, holding Ito between us. And staring at the bloody boxes that held our sister. Yeah. Shit hurts, man. Kirisu started to cry like a little girl. But there was nothing I could say to her, because I felt like I was gonna cry too, and it was all I could do to stop myself. Bro, why did I record more of this? This shit's upsetting. Bro, I should've just called it a night, gone to bed. I'm gonna have some freaky ass dreams. I could hear many footsteps in the distance. It was either Shinjo and the police, or maybe the reporters around Alba Dorm. Yeah, that would honestly be the worst. Aw, dude, come on. I closed my eyes tight. I didn't want to see anything else. I didn't want to hear anything else.
ダメだよ、タクル兄。のの姉って本当はまだ子供なんだから、タクル兄が支えてあげなくっちゃ。ね。
Was it her ghost, maybe? I could see Yui smiling gently when I closed my eyes. Bro, fuck the media. Chapter 9, Duel. Fuck, dude. That was difficult. I'm trying to think, with the visual novels that I've played, if I've ever experienced a scene like that. I don't think I have. I mean, I've experienced scenes in visual novels where people die. But something like that, where it's so unexpected and just so cruel. And when you're attached to the character, not overly attached. I mean, it wasn't one of the main characters that died. It was a supporting character, family to the main character, but still, I don't know if I've ever experienced a scene like that in a visual novel. Maybe the closest could be Wonderful Every Day. There's some really effed up stuff there. I won't go into details, but I don't know. Shit, that left a bad taste in my mouth. 4 days after Yui's death. The autopsy, the police interviews, all of that came to an end, and Yui's body was sent for cremation. This music hurts, man. Her soul became thin, pure white smoke and soared up to the heavens. Kirisu and I stood between the trees at the funeral home and watched it rise.
今の火葬場ってさ、フィルターとか通してクリーンな煙しか出さないんだってな。
I'd say something that didn't matter, and Kirisu would only half listen. We've been doing that for a while now. Dad was probably in the room where the family waited for the cremation to finish, holding Yuto in his strong arms the whole time. Uki, Serika, Arimura, and Kazuki were probably watching, but they couldn't do anything.
不思議ね。あんなに悲しくて涙が止まらなかったのに、今はもう平気なの。お葬式の費用のこととか、お墓をどうしようとか、そんなこと普通に考えてる。私ってきっと白状なんだわ。
Even as she spoke, she looked thin and frail from her suffering. But there was a light, like gray flame in her eyes. I'd never seen her look like this before.
いや、クルス以外にそういうのを仕切れる人がいないからだよ。父さんも気が抜けたみたいになっちゃってるし。
そうかな。
そうだよ。
Besides, I'd already heard the muffled sobbing that came from Kirisu's room late at night. After that, I'd moved back to Alba Dorm from the RV. Kirisu, Yuto, Uki, and Dad. All of them were shocked and saddened by Yui's death. If I were to leave them too, I couldn't bear the idea of a lonely Alba dorm without me or Yui. And when I was alone, I found myself remembering Yui. And I'd feel like I was going to go crazy. So I wanted to be with someone I could share my sorrows with. I was about to learn that this was what the family I tried to abandon was for, but for now, my head was full of thoughts of finding the person who'd done this to Yui.
Takuru. 葬儀が終わったら少し休むといいわ。あなたひどい顔してる。
それはお互い様だ。お前だってちゃんと休んでないだろ。
だって夜眠れないんだもの。恐ろしい夢ばかり見てしまって、何回も飛び起きて。ね。
Kirisu tightened her hands into small fists.
一晩だけでいいから、今度タクルの部屋で寝ちゃダメかな。
え？
Of course not. I wanted to refuse instantly, but she looked so tired and kept telling me that she couldn't sleep by herself. I had no choice but to silently nod. Can I sleep in your room tonight, step bro? Oh, you know what? That's actually kind of a messed up joke. Honestly, I totally get it. They're obviously not real brother and sister, and I don't know if you can really call them step bro and step sis, so let's get those memes out of the way. They're obviously a part of the same foster family, and I can totally understand that they treat each other like family. And when something like this goes on, you want to be close with your family. You want to be close with those that you trust. I totally understand it. Memes aside, for once. Or twice, I don't know. When nothing was left of Yui but tiny white fragments, we used chopsticks to move her to the urn. Only after she'd lost most of her weight and fit inside the tiny urn did she finally attain a normal death. That was one weight off my shoulders. I didn't want her staying in that horrible state forever. Yuto was shaking the whole time he moved his sister's bones into the urn. But his eyes were empty, looking at nothing, and he wasn't screaming or crying. You know what? This has gotta hurt most for Yuto. Probably also Sakuma, but Yuto was actually a real sibling to her. Now she's gone. So, Yuto truly has no real family left. It really is just the foster family. Not exactly the worst thing in the world. I mean, at least he still has a family, but he probably lost the one person that was closest to him, and no one will ever be able to fill that gap again. God damn, why am I trying to get all sad here? I guess it makes sense. While Yui's classmates and teachers sobbed, he did his work mechanically, with shaking hands. When it was done, he turned his empty eyes once more on what was left of his sister.
Yuto, 僕が必ず本当の犯人を見つけ出してやるからな。約束する。
But he said nothing back. The funeral ended without incident. Uki and Dad took Yuto back home by taxi. Kirisu and I said our goodbyes to Serika, Hanimura, and Kazuki and then headed for home. We were walking slowly.
ユト、大丈夫かな?
Yeah, I mean, if he hasn't already let it all out, he's eventually going to need to. You do not want to hold that stuff in.
クルスや父さんもいるし、何より山添がずっとそばについてるから。
So glad we have Uki a part of the family now. She'll never be able to really replace Yui, but she, I'm already seeing her as like a part of the family myself. You know, the reader. The loss of Yuto's sister had brought back his PTSD to the point where he was just as bad as he'd been after the earthquake. He'd mostly lost the ability to speak. He'd become extremely afraid of the dark, and sometimes he would go into convulsions. Oh shit. He'd been given special permission to leave the house to attend Yui's funeral, but normally he wasn't even allowed to sleep in his room. Dad had decided to put him up in a room in Alba Clinic.
不思議な巡り合わせだな。
It was Yamazoe Uki who was doing everything she could to take care of him. It seemed like the reason we'd saved her and brought her to Alba Dorm was so that she, Yui's old friend, could take care of him in his hour of need. When I told her that, Kirisu looked sad. It's just a coincidence, was all she said.
あのね、タクル。そのウキちゃんのことだけど。ん？よかったらでいいんだけどね。そろそろ名前で呼んであげてくれないかな。
I felt that pain in the back of my chest again. Around 6 months ago, I'd switched from calling her Nono to Kirisu. Looking back, the reason was so stupid that just thinking about it made me mad. But part of me was stubborn, and part of me felt just a little too embarrassed. So I'd missed the chance to switch back. I knew that sometimes it made Kirisu sad.
僕は別に構わないけど、山添はそれでいいのか？
実はウキちゃんがね、そう言ってたの。みんなに名前で呼んでもらって嬉しいって。なんだか、うちの家族になれたみたいだって。でも、ウキちゃんには家族みたいじゃなくて、本当の家族になってほしいなって、そう思うから。ね。
Kirisu smiled, probably for the first time today.
わかった。山添じゃなくて、ウキな。了解。
ありがとう。彼女にも言っておくわ。タクルのこと名前で呼んでいいって。
なあ。あと、それだったらさ。
ん？
Then should I? Yes, just do it already, please. Can I start calling you Nono again? Just as I was about to ask.
宮代くん、クルスさん？
はい？
We suddenly heard a voice and turned around. Shinjo. Shinjo was standing there. He must have felt responsible for what happened because there was no sign of his usual vitality. He mostly stared at the ground.
すまない。葬儀に出ようと思ってたんだが、間に合わなかったみたいだね。
そんな、気を使わなくていいですよ。お仕事相変わらず忙しいんでしょ？
今日は病院での検査に思ったより時間がかかってしまって。
検査？
伊藤くんのだよ。
The silence that had developed between Kirisu and I shattered in an instant.
意識が戻ったんですか？
合わせてください。お願いします。
But Shinjo shook his head.
いや、依然昏睡状態のままだ。
そうですか。
でも脳の検査結果は予想通りだったよ。
肥大化が？
ああ、大脳新皮質が異常に大きくなっている。久野里さんの見立てだと、これまでに見たどんな患者よりひどいそうだ。
It's probably because this is a little bit different of a case. Instead of the killer actually, if you want to call him the killer, whoever the killer is, Senri or whoever else, the psychic that's using the ability to mind control, if you will, or hypnotize or whatever, if it's creating this enlargement, this swelling, if you will, then Ito really took it to the next level. He wasn't the one who was the target. Usually before, in the other cases, the one who was hypnotized would be the one to kill themselves, and there'd be no question about it. They wouldn't question themselves, I mean. It would feel normal, natural. In this case, Ito was hypnotized or controlled or whatever to be the killer, to be the one who kills the target, instead of himself being the target. But this also shows that not only can psychics be hypnotized or whatever, but so can ordinary people. They can also be targeted. It's just that psychics are the ones that are the main focus from the killer. But since there were those who made Ito question what was going on, he did go a little crazy. So, that extreme enlargement, I totally get it.
それだけ長期間にわたって、しかも強力な思考誘導を受けていたんだろうと、久野里さんは言っている。
Oh, that too.
じゃあ伊藤は無実ということになりますよね。
I didn't want to think that my best friend had killed Yui of his own free will. I wanted to believe that he was someone's puppet, like Kirisu had said.
君たちの言うように、彼の後ろには誰かがいるはずだ。少なくとも俺はそう思う。
But there was a hesitation in his voice.
ただ、実行犯が伊藤君であることに変わりはない。君たちや俺や久野里さんなら、思考誘導がいかに強力なものか理解できるし、伊藤君には罪がないと言い切れるが、他の捜査員や検察、それに裁判所はそうはいかない。無論世間もだ。
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of that. I mean, you can't exactly bring in mind control to the, court of law and try to defend yourself with it. Oh no, I killed this person. Oh no, I was mind controlled. It wasn't really me. But that won't work. Sorry if that sounded insulting, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. It's not gonna work.
もちろん、クルスさんの証言をもとに、彼が洗脳のようなものを受けていたという線で捜査を進めているが、捜査員はみんな混乱してしまっている。とにかく不可解な点が多い上に、裏付けすら取りようのないことばかりだ。すべてが常識の範疇を超えている。かといって、ギガロマニアックスだの、超能力だの、そんな話をするわけにもいかないだろう。
Shinjo bit the corner of his lip.
そのせいもあって、今の捜査方針に疑問を抱き始めている連中が増えてきた。伊藤君に不利な証拠もいろいろと出てきてしまっていてね。
どういうことですか、それ。
例えば、なくしたはずの君のスマホから伊藤君のスマホに脅迫まがいの無言電話があったろ？
Yes.
はい。
Wait, was that Ito? But how?
単純なトリックだった。彼のスマホに偽の着信と電話番号を表示するアプリがインストールしてあって、宮代くんの名前と電話番号が登録されていたよ。
Wow. So, with that, maybe my hypothesis was a little off there a few minutes ago. So maybe that enlargement really was because he was brainwashed for that long? That long, dude. Going back to the festival? That was the festival, right? Yeah, it was. It was like the night before. Or the morning of. Yeah, it was the morning of. Holy shit, man. What the fuck?
Huh?
So that was it. Why didn't I realize that? I'd known there was a freeware app that could do that. I remembered hearing how you were supposed to use it to end conversations with people you didn't want to talk to, or get out of meetings.
あと、
Time to
彼
look
の
it
パ
up.
ソコンから妙なチャットの履歴が見つかってね。
チャット？
君たち、エド・ルーカスって名前に聞き覚えはないか？
Oh no. No.
エド・ルーカス。
I apologize for being late. The test images spreading through Shibuya as we expected. Can you monitor? Yeah. Yep. Oh no. So he was Ed Lucas?
誰です、それ。
Both Kirisu and I looked confused. Neither of us had heard that name before.
それじゃあ、アミーちゃんは？
あ、それなら。
都市伝説の。
That was the character I'd snuck into AH Tokyo General Hospital to find when I was a kid.
いや、そのアミーちゃんじゃない。伊藤君のパソコンを調べたら、そういうハンドルネームの2人が頻繁にチャットを行っていたんだ。エド・ルーカスというのが伊藤君だ。チャットの内容は一連の殺人や宮代君を監視しているような内容ばかり。犯行動機として十分すぎるくらいのね。
Well, that's not
そん
good.
な
Not good against Ito, I mean.
でもそのチャット相手を操作すれば真犯人の手がかりに。
But Shinjo balled his hands into fists.
もちろんサイバー犯罪対策課に調べさせたよ。
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they did a really good job on the previous case, which was, what, 4 days ago when we lost our little sister?
そ
Or
の
are they
結
still
果
working on that?
アミーちゃんは存在しなかった。
Ah, okay, well, never mind. I guess they
は
they came to some sort of conclusion.
どういうことですか？
アミーちゃんの正体も伊藤君だったんだ。彼は一人でチャットもどきをしていた。
Oh, I get it. In a way, he was communicating with the one who was brainwashing him.
そんなバカな。
He was communicating through himself.
どうして？
これは久野里さんの説だが、伊藤君の心は長期にわたる思考誘導のせいですでに壊れていたんじゃないかと。だが法廷で思考誘導という能力の存在が認められない以上、非常にまずい証拠になる。犯人しか知り得ない情報が含まれているんだ。
A new rage was building up within me. Whoever did that to Yui had also put Ito's mind under so much stress that it had shattered. I kicked a small rock at my feet. The rock collided with a nearby wall and split in two. Alright.
新庄
That's
さん
some strength right there.
このままだと伊藤はどうなるんですか。その法律的に。
まだわからない。未成年とはいえ事件が事件だけに。
でも真犯人が逮捕されれば別ですよね。そうすれば伊藤の罪だって軽く。
Yeah, whenever the next New Generation Madness Day is, I'm sure another psychic is going to die. And if Ito's in a coma and he's being watched, then that might help? Maybe?
ダメだ。君は自分の身を守ることだけ考えろ。犯人なら俺が探す。
Shinjo must have realized what I was trying to say because he cut me off.
犯人を探すって一体どこをどう探すつもりなんですか。それに犯人が分かってもギガロマニアックス相手に新庄さんに何ができるんです。これまで結局何もできてないじゃないですか。そんなだからユイや伊藤は。
This wasn't fair. I knew it wasn't fair, but I was so frustrated and angry that I couldn't stop myself.
タクル。
Yeah, I know.
新庄さんは一生懸命やってくれてる。責めるのは違うわ。
I looked at Shinjo's face and then looked away. He had the same pained look on his face that we had a moment ago, excuse me.
すみません。つい。
いや、君の言う通りだ。俺は君たちにどう謝罪していいのか未だにわからない。けれど頼むから命を危険にさらすような真似はしないでくれ。特に宮代くん、11月4日に何かしようと考えているのなら。
11月4日？
ニュージェネレーションの狂気、最後の事件の日ですよね。となればその日に真犯人は必ず動く。
Shinjo's expression became even more pained.
だから宮代くんダメか。
He must have seen how strong my resolve was, because he turned toward Kirisu.
クルスさん、
はい。
どうやら俺から頼んでも無駄らしい。宮代くんがおかしなことをしないよう見張っててくれないか。俺はこれ以上犠牲者を出したくない。
Kirisu quietly nodded.
わかりました。11月4日が過ぎるまでタクルには危険なことをさせないよう注意しておきます。
クルス。
Something seemed strange about what she'd said, so I turned to look. But she had already bowed to Shinjo and started walking toward Alba dorm. Alright. Some good old @channel. Fuck the media. Latest victim chopped up and put into tiny boxes, too much even for me. So we've settled on fictional young girl. And that's from the law Tokyo passed, banning depictions of sex between fictional youths in anime and manga, right? But that was like, what, 5 or 6 years ago? Does anybody even remember it? Yeah, it's better than well done for a chick who got burnt to death. Hey, how about fictional underage girl? Wow, okay, well, these, okay, yeah, we've got some very fucked up people in this thread. Wowzers. I did not see things going in that direction. But, yeah, the police have been notified. Good. Good. Alright, well, that'll be a good place to end this episode on. I think I got my fix of Chaos Child for a while. Alright, well. I don't even know what to say. This episode was a freaking roller coaster. It really was. I don't know what to say. It hurts. It really does. Fuck, man. I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. This episode was just tough. I wasn't expecting anything like this. I was under the impression when I ended the last episode that we were going to be able to save her and that we were going to face off against Ito and figure out what the hell's going on, if he was brainwashed or, you know, whatever else. And that was really my first prediction, but then I kind of got confused when he was saying that he was, you know, in love with her or some shit. I was getting a little confused there. But yeah, I guess my expectations were a little off, which I guess is good. I mean, usually you don't want to... You want something unexpected in a way. But man, that hurts. That hurts when it's like that. Well, I won't ramble on or draw on this episode any longer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reactions to what occurred here and were able to power through like I did. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.